The Yurok tribe. Geographical locations. The Yurok lived in Sacramento, California. They lived on the Yurok Indian Reservation and the surrounding communities in Humboldt, Du Norte, and Trinity countries in Northern America. The land was mostly mountains. There was a lot of rivers and plains. There it's usually sunny, but pretty coastal of climate. It's also hot most of the time there. The land was pretty dry, but they had a lot of water due to the area and agriculture they lived in. Climate of region. Sacramento lies 60 meters above sea level. Sacramento's climate is classified as warm temperature. In winter, there's much more rainfall in Sacramento than in the summer, and the average annual temperature for Sacramento is 15.9 degrees Celsius or 60.7 degrees Fahrenheit. Food and sources. They fished for salmon along the rivers, gathered ocean fish and shellfish, hunted game, and gathered plants. Yurok ate varied berries and meats, but the whale meat was the most prized above others. Yurok didn't hunt whales, instead they waited for a whale to drift up on the beach, and then they placed it and dried up the flesh. The types of homes they had were made out of redwood planks, and the houses were also made with a slanted roof to help to drain the water off of it. The houses were made from redwood logs, which supported the house frame, and to hold up the house, they used square poles and redwood grapevines, as seen in these images. Clothing and material they used. The clothing and the materials that they used was redwood, to make like baskets. They use obsidian, woodpecker scalps, albino deer skins, and they made a lot of basketry and canoes with that material. And the tools they used were bows and arrows, and fishermen used spears and nets and wooden fish traps, and the Yurok didn't even go to war that often, so there really wasn't much of a point. And the Yurok tribe used many different tools to make canoes. This is one of them they used. It's called a wedge, as shown right here on screen, with wedge and this huge red arrow. Crafts and materials. The Yurok creatively weaved baskets with dry grasses, feathers, shells, and beads. They were used to store food over winter, draining, cooking, and washing clothes, and dry clay and doll baskets for little girls. These uses actually had a huge impact for survival, if you believe it or not. It made the load when traveling easier, and it was pretty cool. Now, they did not practice many traditions, surprisingly, and they didn't actually follow almost any of the spiritual practice that their northwest coastal neighbors did, but their like religion was done through public meeting, and that was kind of like the ritual. And these are all the sites I used to gather all the information. Thanks for watching.